So our next step is going to be just to go to the source code. So we're just going to go to the source folder and go all these drop downs and then double click on the main activity. So what you're going to see is a bunch of code already written for you. So the first bit of code that we're going to do is actually just create buttons. So what you want to do is in your onCreate, so it's going to create the buttons. So in your onCreate, you're just going to write the buttons. So let's go with button btn1 equals to button find view by ID. And so you're just gonna let it locate the button in the ID. So that's that's your code. And what you'll notice is that there's an error here. Okay, you can just import the button. Alright, so let's do that code over again. So btn short. So I renamed my button as btn short, and I'm just gonna go put the same code. Find view by ID. r.id btn short. Alright. Okay, some capital issues right there, but that's okay. As you can see, the everything is already imported. And what you're gonna notice is that we have an error here. So there's you have to add unimplemented methods. So you can just create it automatically. And then I have another button actually in my thingy. So I actually went ahead and created 3 buttons. So this is button short, button long, and button 3. Now I'm just gonna write the code for the rest of the buttons. So find view by ID r.id btn long, and again btn3 equals to button find view by ID r.id btn3. Alright, so now that that's done, we are just going to create on-click listeners. So make sure you implement the click click listeners. So implements on click listener and on long click listener. So that should enable you to use those on click and long click functions. Weird glitch. Anyways, now what you're gonna do is set these on click listeners. So btn short dot set on click listener, and you can just write Android. Oops, not that, just this. Okay, so you can just do that. btn long dot set on long click listener, and this, and there will be an error. No, there won't. Okay. So I wonder where this right here. Okay, so now you can just dot set on click listener this. Let's go with and we're just gonna cast them, and then for all three of them we're gonna go with long click this, and we're just gonna do old copy paste method btn long btn3. Okay, now in your implemented methods, this is where I'm just going to erase the auto-generated code, and we can just put code here. Therefore, now you can just so we're going to create a variable int target ID equals to v dot get ID. So this essentially just gets the ID for your buttons, and counter. This is just a basic primary integer, and we're gonna say if target ID equals to r dot ID dot btn short, then int counter plus plus, essentially just increasing int counter by 1 each time this runs, and we're going to create a text view. So text view m text view equals to text bracket text view, and find view by ID r dot ID dot btn long or short, whichever one. Okay, now we're gonna get m text view dot set text and counter. So this will allow us to every time. So what this allows us, what this allows us to do is every time you long click you get the btn short, it'll increase the counter and it'll change the text, and it'll show the int counter on the button. So you can just keep going up and up and up. Okay, and you can do this for on click listener, on long click listener, as many as you want. So that's pretty much it.